Rachel, any theory on where you lose weight?
Look, Adam, I'm a dancer, and there are times you need to be in peak condition, you know, to be either stronger or fitter or whatever. So for me, I don't really care where it goes as long as it buggers off away from me.
Okay, Ruben, the Reverend said waist and sweat. That's the typical answer, isn't it?
Yeah, the most common answer you get, even from doctors and dietitians and personal trainers, is energy. People think it just turns into nothing, vanishes into the ether as this mystical energy.
And I might then wee it out, or it might come out the waste system, etc. Yeah. Is that what happens?
It's incorrect. Would you like to know what really happens?
You did. This is great. You did some. You pieced together research from other people around the world.
Yeah. And
were the first person to conclusively answer this question.
Yeah. Well, so I just did some specifics on the numbers. So let me show you something here, right?
Okay.
If you eat food, you're putting atoms into your body. Here's 600 mils of soft drink. Here's how much sugar's in there. If you drink that soft drink, you'll have 17¼ teaspoons of sugar go into your body. So that's that. And the question is, what happens to those atoms? How do they come back out of you?
A few years ago on the Sleek Geeks TV show, we set a gummy bear on fire to sort of illustrate this point. Have a look at the footage.
Bye-bye. Here we go. 1, 2. Come on, little guy. Start slowly. Here we go.
Oh my God.
So when we were lighting this gummy bear, what point were we trying to make?
Well, we were trying to show people what happens to the energy in food. There's a lot of energy in food. And in that demonstration, we're turning that energy into heat directly. Now, that's a beautiful demonstration of the energy part of the equation in food.
So let me, on that 17 teaspoons of sugar, if I drank that drink as an average size adult male, how much exercise do I need to do to use up that energy?
It's about an hour's worth of walking or 30 minutes of jogging in that one bottle of soft drink.
Okay, but the question you answer is, how does that weight leave my body if I do manage to lose it?
Yeah, where does the mass go, right? So the energy turns into, and it's just being transformed from one form of energy to another, but the kilograms end up in your breath.
We breathe out the weight that we lose. You breathe it. 84% of the weight that you lose is breathed out of your body. Keep going, show us. This is great.
So if I hadn't been eating for, say, 2 or 3 days, then all of the carbon atoms in that balloon would have come from my fat cells, right? So we turn fat and all food into carbon dioxide and water. So here's some liquid nitrogen.
Now, nitrogen's present in the atmosphere normally. About 78% of the air we breathe is nitrogen.
Yep, so it's non-toxic. It's the 4/5 of the atmosphere is this stuff.
It's not normally a bubbling liquid like that. Is that because it's cold?
That's right. So we've liquefied it, and using this stuff, I can show you where the fat goes when you lose weight. Because if I pour liquid nitrogen on a balloon, this stuff's minus 196. It's going to liquefy the oxygen that's left in my exhaled breath. But 5% of that gas in there is carbon dioxide, and the carbon atoms in that carbon dioxide are carbon atoms that I ate as carbohydrates, as protein and fat. And once you've burned something, you've got the energy out, sure, but the atoms that are still left in your body have to come out as carbon dioxide.
So the weight or the mass of the carbon that's in there is the equivalent weight that you've lost during that time?
Yeah, that's right. So if you lose 10 kilos of fat, 8.4 of those kilos come out of your lungs as carbon dioxide. And let's take a look at it. So I'm going to use my torch to backlight this a bit. So here's the balloon. It looks like there's no air in there, but it's just that it's all cold. So it's shrunk, and as it comes back, you'll see in the bottom there's a bit of
a powder or something.
Yeah. Well, there's a liquid, which is the frozen. Here we go. A bit of light helps. That liquid in there is the oxygen that I didn't use. If I breathe on that, it'll boil away quicker. And once all that liquid's gone, now we can see a powdery substance, yeah? And the powder is carbon dioxide, which we call it dry ice in this state. And those carbon atoms are carbon that I got from food, turned it into carbon dioxide, exhaled it. Now, if you eat less carbon atoms than you exhale in a day, you lose weight. If you eat more of them than you exhale, you gain weight. So The trick to weight loss is to just eat less carbon atoms, then you breathe out.
There you go. It's all a matter of what you breathe out.